Today we're talking with Hall of Fame fighter and legendary Hall of Fame trainer as well, Buddy McGirt. We're going to talk about boxing and the Floyd Mayweather versus Logan Paul fight and what he thought about it. Let's get into it. Welcome to the champ and the chump.
And who's the chump?
You.
Me. Welcome to our show, people.
What's up, man?
What's up, baby? How you doing?
You know, just sitting in this rainy New York weather that I think you abandoned for a reason. This is just random, man. It was like 90, then it went down to like 52 and raining and cold. I don't know what's going on anymore.
Damn.
Yeah, it's no good. Oh, here's Jeremy in now. You're still in Florida?
For me?
Yeah.
No, I'm in California right now getting, got two guys fighting the next few weeks.
Who's the West?
Oh, you're on the West Coast too now with Jeremy.
What's up, Mr. McGirt?
What's up, champ? How you feeling?
Good. Are you Irish at any point?
Am I Irish?
Yeah.
Somewhere down the line,
Somebody.
my great-great-grandparents were born slaves, man, so.
Mine too.
All right, hello.
Bulgaria?
Huh?
My mother's from Bulgaria, so Jeremy likes to make fun of that because it's a very pure random country.
Yeah. So how'd you
have running water? So.
I'm good, man. I'm just, getting these guys ready and staying focused on that, really.
So give us a breakdown. What you got first, second, third?
Well, I got Adam Lopez fighting on the 19th. And then on the 26th, I have Johnny Beck. I can't pronounce his last name, so don't ask me.
Well, we're going to his last name.
He's from Kazakhstan. So they both are fighting former champs.
Oh, beautiful.
Great. I meant to ask you, whatever happened with Taishan Dong? Is that how you pronounce his name?
Taishan Dong. I don't know, man. Someone convinced him to go to another gym. And, he wanted to be trained how to move like Muhammad Ali. And I explained to him, you're 7 feet tall. It's not going
to happen.
Because he hasn't been in like 6 years. He hasn't fought.
I heard now that he's in wrestling.
Oh.
I got to say, he's a great guy, man. He's a great human being, man. But strong as a motherfucker. To save my life.
Oh, goodness. Wow.
And he can kick. He can stand next to the heavy bag and lift his leg straight up.
So wait, I missed that. You kind of froze up. You said he is very strong?
Yes, he's very strong. He stood next to the heavy bag and took his right foot and lifted straight up to the top of the heavy bag.
I mean, I can do that, and I'm short. So
if somebody tries to mug him, they're in a world of trouble.
I don't think I've ever seen a 7 foot tall.
So,
I didn't hear you.
I don't think I've ever seen a 7 foot tall guy get mugged.
That's true.
Yeah.
I didn't think of it like that.
Yeah.
So he think that if he would have stuck with it, he could have had some real potential?
I mean, yes, that's on the strength alone. The guy can punch, man. He can punch. I mean, I've seen him hit guys in the gym, man.
Yeah.
They didn't go down, but they did funny things standing up.
Oh shit, that's funny.
So
we were just who?
Huh?
Go ahead, Mark.
I was gonna say we were just speaking with somebody who, God, it's escaping me. Maybe Jerry remembers, who also had sparred Pernell a lot and said the same thing you did. It said that his body shots were vicious. Who the hell was it? Was it not Junior Jones?
Poison. Was it Poison? Was it Poison or was it?
Was it Junior Jones?
I think so.
He's too little.
Yeah, he's too little. Maybe Zab.
Zab. Yes, that's exactly who it was.
It's funny.
Yeah.
Me and Zab was talking about Pernell today in the gym.
Zab here
Oh,
now?
really?
Oh, that's right. He's Valley.
Yeah, we was talking about Pernell today in his body shots, man. Vicious.
What were you guys talking?
When he hit you to the body, Jack, you better have on a pamper because he was gonna piss or crap on you.
So, Mark,
Well, you're one of the few to ever knock him down. So, shit, respect.
Oh, thank you. Yeah,
Yeah.
he's one of the best, though. I got to
Shit.
give it to him. I got to give it to one of the best, man.
oh, I mean, which is great.
Yeah, yeah.
Well, who do you
I remember those fights.
who do you got any young guys in the gym that you're tutoring or and bringing up, or is it all just vets right now?
You know what? Adam Lopez and this kid Johnny Beck, man. These two guys are going to be their future world champions. Johnny Beck is. You just got to see him. I can tell you.
Right.
You got to come see him. You got to come see this kid Johnny Beck. Man. He's unbelievable.
Green, purple, what?
What weight?
He's middleweight.
Is he white, black? Because Beck, I can't figure. That's an English name. I don't know.
He's from Kazakhstan.
So that white,
Oh,
Okay.
is he Asian looking, or is he like a pure white boy?
No, he's Asian looking for sure.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
those Stan countries, which I don't know what that would be, South Russia, whatever, Soviet, but they're tough, man. Produce some tough fighters.
He can box, man. He can box his ass off, man. He can box.
What do you?
Excuse me?
Go ahead, Jeremy.
No, I'm good. Go
Jeremy,
ahead.
go ahead.
I
was gonna say, buddy, what do you?
What?
This is bad. It's like all of us are like, it's bad connections. I feel like everybody's freezing up.
Yeah.
I was gonna ask you, buddy, what do you think about Saturday's fight, if you want to call it that?
All right. Can I just say one thing? Next question.
I feel it's the dumbest shit. None of these fucking watch, look at it, but I wouldn't give a dime. I wouldn't walk across the street to see that shit.
It's like, you know what it's like? It's like you get a guy from Little League football, go out here playing against the Super Bowl champions.
That's crazy because
But you want to know something?
Super Bowl and Little League are different.
They won't let that happen. The
No.
commission won't let it happen. So why is the boxing commission letting this happen?
Yeah, right. They won't even let you throw smokers. You know, with people who actually. That's
Okay. When you fill out license for application for the trainer's license, whether it's me, you, whoever, you know what one of the questions are on there? What are your qualifications to be a cornerman?
Wow.
And you got to list your qualifications.
Well,
and
I'm
if you don't
pretty
list them, if you don't list your qualifications, they're going to question you. So I say that to say this. What is this guy's qualifications to get in the ring with Floyd Mayweather?
Yeah.
Zero. But I'm pretty sure that this is an exhibition, so it's not even sanctioned, right?
Yeah. It's an 8-round exhibition.
But there's no headgear.
Headgear. I just read the rules 5 minutes ago. No headgear, 8 rounds. No decision at the end.
But
Right.
there can be a knockout.
Like you can't knock someone out. Someone can get knocked out.
I never understood, because how do you stop somebody from knocking somebody out? Like, it could happen. It's hard to say no knockouts.
No, there is.
You know what an exhibition was? Roy Jones, Mike Tyson.
Yes.
Muhammad Ali,
Yes.
Lyle Alzado. You remember? Or you guys probably wasn't born then.
I remember those. I remember that.
But they did it outside, and they wore headgears.
And they were playing with each other.
And it was on ABC Sports World. I mean, ABC Wide World of Sports. You know what I'm saying? So
it was fun.
Exactly. This here, I mean, listen, I hope nobody gets hurt. But if Floyd goes in there and just decides to let loose on this guy, it's a wrap, man.
Well, I 100% agree. But on the other side of that, I think that they're playing it up for advertising purposes. You know, this guy the best fighters ever, and then you get some skateboarder off the street that wants to fight. Fuck.
Listen, I'm not mad at nobody for making money,
Right.
but when you start, to me, disrespecting the sport,
Yeah.
you get fighters that has been fighting for 15 years that's never had a shot to make
Mhm.
$100,000,
50.
Yeah.
and you get this clown comes in and God only knows how much he's making.
I think it's somewhere around the 700 million. I mean, 700.
No.
Seven,
No.
700.
No. Jake Paul made 700.
Yeah.
His brother. This guy's gonna make in the million. Sure.
Wow.
That's crazy, man. Hey, look, I'm not mad at them, but my thing is, how can a commission okay something like that, and then next week when they have a real fight, they're gonna know your qualifications to work a corner?
Money
Yeah.
is the
Yeah. I mean,
you pay him enough.
what in your
Excuse me, I didn't hear you.
this is a real bad. Yeah, I know it's a bad connection. What in your opinion? What about it is the most disrespectful to the sport?
You have a guy who hasn't even fought to get in the ring with Mayweather. You understand? What has he done to prove himself to be in the ring with a guy like Mayweather?
He's got 1 million followers.
They can't fight for him.
More than 1 million, yeah.
Oh,
You understand? I mean, I'm saying that coming from Mayweather, when at one point I was that fighter struggling trying to get that one big payday. Then you get a guy like this comes in
Mm-hmm.
and makes all this money, and you get guys out here I see in the gym every day struggling.
yeah,
Who
struggling.
can really
Mhm.
fight? Who can really fight but struggling? And then you get this clown comes in, and bam. So to me, it's just a disrespect to the
Yeah.
sport. But hey, that's just my opinion.
No, I completely understand. I'm totally against it as well. I'm not gonna pay for it. I will watch it, but I'm not gonna pay for it.
I'm not mad at you. It's always good to have a sponsor.
Marcos,
Do you think the size difference makes it less of a chance that Paul can actually get hurt?
No. No matter how big or small you are.
No.
You get hit, touched right on the chin, good night.
Gonzo.
And Floyd's gonna touch him.
Yeah, especially if homeboy gets
Yeah.
like he wants to, he turns into something real for a minute.
Tyson. Floyd's gonna touch him. And it's not gonna be pretty once he starts letting his
Mhm.
hands go.
Yeah, they don't unless there's a big fix in somewhere behind the scenes.
You know what might happen? They might just come out and just bullshit around and don't do nothing.
And
And
all
do
of
just that. Make it an exhibition. The money's in the bank. The people paid. The people already paid. And they
Yeah.
just might come out and just make it a spawn match. They could be hyping it up.
I don't know.
I think the people who are I want the people who are watching to comment and tell us what they think as well, so I can read. I'll read it as alone.
It seems to me like Mayweather is genuinely annoyed and is going to probably try and put some hands on him, like more than, you know what I mean?
He better have a good bail bondsman because they're gonna lock his ass up.
Let's get back to real boxing. How's everything in the gym working out? The guys training hard. They're working together with.
Everything's great, man. I went yesterday. I took my guys down to Riverside to box with at Robert Garcia's gym.
Okay.
And we got great work down there. I want to thank them for treating us like family when we went there.
That's good.
And they were really great. And everybody, we went on Monday, and the fighter's like, "Buddy, that's a long drive." I said, "Look, man, the work that they're giving us, money can't buy."
Yeah.
So if it takes us an hour and a half to get there, so be it.
You coming from Calabasas?
No, from the Valley, from Van Nuys.
Oh, from Van Nuys. Okay, we're a
Yeah.
little.
So I'm like, so if that's what it takes, we got to do what we got to do.
Yeah, I remember those days.
You know what I mean? I mean, so, and the guy's like, well, I got to take a nap. I take your ass to sleep. Somebody else to drive. But we need that work, man. Come fight night, you're going to be thankful you took the hour and a half drive.
Yeah.
Then I told him, I says, listen, when I was fighting pro, I used to travel 3 hours just to get to the gym.
Wow.
Trained and 3 hours
Which
back
gym?
home. I did that shit for 6 years, man.
What gym were you at?
I was training at Bafano's gym
gym?
in Jersey City. I lived in Brentwood, Long Island. So I had to take the Long Island Railroad to Manhattan.
What?
Take the PATH train to Journal Square.
Wow.
Then walk a mile and a half to the gym.
Wow.
I did that 6 days a week for 6 years.
What made you do that as opposed to go into like Gleason's or
Well, that's
Square
where
Gym or whatever was available?
The guy that my manager wanted me to train, that's where he was. And he was an old man. He says, I'll train you, kid. You got all the potential, but you got to come to me. And my manager said, we'll figure it out. And I caught the train, and then I caught the PATH train, then I walked. 6 years I did that, man. So when these guys complain today about having to drive 30 minutes, I'm like, are you guys serious, man?
Yeah.
It's crazy. But if I had to do it all over again, I'd do it the same way. I wouldn't change it.
Yeah, because that's
when I was in
what you do. I get it. I lived. Dad had a gym below our house. We lived upstairs. The gym was downstairs. I had no choice every day in the gym.
I was getting ready to say, you couldn't even call in sick.
Nope. Man.
There could have been days you're like, I don't want to box this guy.
But that's like these kids coming in. I'm like 15, 14, and the kids are like 19, 23. And I'm like, yeah, son, I want you to move around with all of them. Yeah.
It's not like that. It's not like that today, man.
Yeah, it was, man. Then my dad would make me box with everybody in the gym.
But that's why you became such a good fighter, man. You know, listen, it was either shit or get off the pot. You know what I mean? It's funny we're having this. Me and Zab and us was having this same conversation today in the gym.
Yeah,
the same exact conversation. You know, if you walked into a different gym, everybody was lining up to get a piece of you.
Exactly.
They didn't want to get paid. They just said, "I want you."
Yep. No. Pay. They pay with your blood.
And that's how it was, man. They didn't mess around, man.
Man, I'm telling you, I used to go to Seaside Gym.
Wow.
Gym downtown Long Beach. What's it? Ernie, wasn't it Ernie DeFrance? Remember that guy, Ernie DeFrance he's dead now, but he was an old man when I was a little kid. And he was like, he was a wealth of knowledge and boxing history and stuff. I didn't know, but I was like, 10, 12, But man, I used to go to the gym, and his gym was a classic, old school, like hole in the wall gym. But man, I used to get my ass handed to me in there. Whew.
I used to go to the gym in Manhattan. It was Gramercy Gym. It was on 14th Street.
Remember that?
You had to take a shower with your socks on. You couldn't go on with flip flops. That wasn't going to help you. I had to take a shower with my socks on, man. I went there to spar Mustafa Hamshaw.
That was
That
was kind of like Times Square Gym. I'm sure you went.
No, forget it. I went to Times Square Gym. When I walked in the gym at Times Square Gym, it got quiet. Everybody wanted to spar me. And my manager was like, we can't box everybody in here. I said, yeah, well, we're going to try to give you as much as we possibly could.
What shortage of work when you were new? And you're still learning your trade as a professional or an amateur. My dad used to have me fight everybody.
I I came to California in 1986, and I went to a gym. I don't remember where it was, but Bill Miller, who trained James Toney, was at the gym training Lindell Holmes.
Mm.
And I walked in the gym. I was 22 years old. We was fighting here, so we walked in the gym. My manager's like, "We got to find somebody to spar." And man, I saw all those killers in there. I says, "Not here." He says, "We got to box somebody, kid."
Yeah.
I mean, but we didn't box Lindell Holmes. We boxed a couple of other guys, but there were killers in that gym, man. I don't remember where it was. I just knew it was in the hood, and it was a bunch of killers in there.
Yeah, it's probably Hoover Street Gym.
So,
Hoover Street or
but
100.
I mean, listen, things like that helped made us the fighters we were.
Yeah, yeah. I tell you, I wouldn't trade it for anything.
Me either.
Yeah.
Hey, but does your son still fight?
No, my son, he retired. Thank God, and he's got a good thing going now, training people. So I'm glad he retired. You know, what I mean, I never wanted him to fight. You know, what I mean, I was totally against it.
Really?
Yeah, as a kid.
Why?
Huh? Because I know the boxing.
Why didn't you want him to fight?
I know how the boxing business is. You know what I mean? And he would have had to start from scratch. You know, he didn't have no Golden Gloves experience, none of that. So I'm like, look, go to college, man. You know, do something. And he went to college, but then, somebody convinced him that he could become a world champion because he's my son. So he dropped out of college and started boxing. I didn't know he was boxing until after he had won the Sunshine State Games. Now, my wife, we was in Vegas. I was in Vegas training Johnny Tapia. God bless him. And my wife said to me, "Have you heard from James?" I said, "I haven't heard from him in a couple of days." And I tracked him down. And then when I tracked him down, he said, "Oh, Dad, I won the Sunshine State Games." So I thought he went in for like basketball or something, because that was his sport.
Right.
I said, "Oh, great." I said, "You made the basketball team?" He's like, "No." I said, "Baseball?" He's like, "No." "Track?" "No." "What the hell did you win it?" He said, "Boxing." I was like, "Oh my God."
Yeah. I didn't want any of them. I have 4 sons. I teach them the sport, but when they start getting all heavy headed, like, yeah, I'm gonna be a boxer, then I put a halfway killer in that can control. Put in all that shit right out of them, gone.
And I put him in with tough sparring, you know what I mean? But he held his own, but he didn't understand the sacrifices that you had to make.
It takes a lot, man. It takes
You
a
know what I
lot.
mean? He really, and I'm like, son, I'm not saying you can't do it, but it's going to take a lot of years. It's not going to happen overnight. You can't sacrifice a month. You got to sacrifice years.
Yeah. Yes.
You know
Months.
what I mean? It's years you got to sacrifice. And a lot of people don't really get it. It's like, you don't sacrifice 3 weeks and then you sacrificing every day, your whole career until it's like, I'm done.
Yeah. Hey, what
Then when it's done, when it's over, it's over.
So,
Huh?
so he thought it would just come easier.
Yeah.
Easier.
He thought it was just going to happen overnight. I'm like, son, it's not going to happen like
that.
Yeah,
it's weird because he sees your success and it's like when it's so tangible, you don't have to work for it. I kind of get.
You see, this is what he does. He didn't see the years that I sacrificed. He was a baby. He was an infant. So when he got like 6 or 7, I was world champion. So he saw, wow, this is the life. So I'm like, son, I sacrificed a long time to get this. But he didn't see that part. He didn't see all the sacrifice because he was an infant. So he just thought, boom, this happened overnight. No, didn't happen overnight. You know what I mean? And he felt, someone that convinced him, your buddy McGirt's son. I said, son, you're going to become a target because you're my son. He had great management behind him.
Right.
But, promoters, Lou DiBella worked with him.
Yeah.
But when it came time for him to get over that hump and he was training, he would stray off. I'm like, son, you can't do that. You got to live a very, how do I put it, regimental life. You can't be hanging out. You can't be drinking. You can't do none of that, man. You got to chill. And he's like, well, I got away with it before. Yeah, but it's going to catch up to you one day.
Did you ever train him at all?
Yeah, I trained him. Yeah, I started training him, but I saw the talent, but I didn't see the discipline. You know what I mean? And then lately, like the last year before he retired, he went and had someone else train him. His last fight he had, it was a hell of a fight. It was Hall of Fame weekend. He got a draw. I mean, which is, a lot of people say he should have got the win. And then afterwards, he said, Dad, I'm going to fight the guy in the rematch. And then one day he called me and said, Yo, Dad, I'm done. And I was like, thank God. He said he wasn't feeling it no more. I was like, thank God, man. But I told him it was going to happen to him. I said, one day it's going to hit you. And he's like, nah, Dad, that's what I'm telling you, son. It happened to me. It just hit me one day, and it was like, I'm done. I continued to fight, but the desire wasn't there anymore. I had told my wife, after I fought a kid, Pat Coleman, they came in the dressing room and said to me, you got the rematch with Pernell. And I started crying, and my wife's like, what are you crying about? I said, I don't want to fight anymore. And she was like, well, don't.
Wow.
She's like, don't. I'm like, I have to. She's like,
why do you have to?
Yeah.
She's like, my uncle was writing me letters telling me that I had to fight. Sam. Uncle Sam.
Oh.
So were you?
I can't hear you.
Were you not into that fight mentally
not at all.
When you fought Pernell the second time?
Not at all. My wife kept telling me, buddy, don't go through it. I'm like, gee, look, I got it, baby. Don't worry. I'm not going to get hurt. But the desire was not there anymore because within 1 year, I had 6 fights after my surgery where they told me I wouldn't fight again. So I had 6 fights, and then they said, okay, you got the rematch with Pernell. But then I accomplished what they said I couldn't. So that desire right there, when they told me I had the rematch, it was like a spirit left. It just left me right there.
I understand. I tell you, I had the same feeling, man. When my last fight that I was into, and after that fight I was dead, but I still took a couple more because I tried to push myself to do the fights, and I knew I was over, but what do you do the day after you retire? And you're like 26 years old or 35 years old, like what's the next point? Like I didn't know what to do. I understand.
It's tough. Hey, listen,
that's why.
Go ahead. I'm sorry.
Go ahead.
It was you.
No. Go ahead, please.
I'm quite sure Jeremy was just hitting on it. When you've been doing this your whole life, and then you stop and you got to face the real world now, it's like, okay, what am I going to do with the rest of my life?
Yeah, and you're 36. You're 37.
I was 33.
Young, yeah.
You know what I'm saying? It's funny, after I had fought, I retired and I came back. And I was in Colorado Springs training for a fight. And I was running around the lake.
I know that lake.
And my friends were like, what are you doing? I said, I'm going home. My friend's like, what do you mean you're going home? I said, homeboy, it's not there no more. I said, it's 7:45. No, yeah, 7:45. Normally at this time, I'd be going to breakfast. I used to get up at 5:30 in the morning, run. 8 o'clock was breakfast. I said, I'm going home. And I got to tell you, when I got on the plane from Colorado to New York, that was the longest plane ride of my life. Because I'm saying to myself, what the hell am I going to do? I got a family I got to take care of. What the hell am I going to do with my life when I get home? I had no freaking clue at all.
I tell you.
Wow.
I personally went through a depression. I flattened out. Cheated on my wife, told her about it. She was like, you got to go. And you got to leave the house. Seriously, man, I went through a depression for a long time, but I didn't know I was depressed until I got counseling and help for it. Then I realized, like, oh my God, I got to change. And if I didn't change,
like, yo, man, when you've been on that pedestal, and that's all you've known, and that's all you've done, and then one day it's like, yo, you can't do this no more.
Yeah.
It's like shit, and that's all you relied on. That's how you live.
It was always training for the next fight.
Well, what?
There you go.
And then there's no fight training.
Let me ask you.
I didn't hear you.
I said,
buddy, let me ask. What? This connection's so bad.
Good, I can hear you.
Jeremy, you say something? Because I can't.
Say a word.
Okay. I was saying, buddy, I was saying, what exactly, when you say you didn't have it anymore, what were you talking about? Because for me, like, I never had more than a few fights as a pro, and even as an amateur, I only had a handful because I would always go through that. But like, I'd be into it, and then I would just want to step away because it was too much for me, like emotion. You know what I mean? For me, it was very emotionally draining. So I could not see myself doing this shit all the time. So with you,
There's a
what was
certain
that?
feeling, and I'm quite sure Jeremy can relate to this. There's a certain feeling that you have in your mind and in your heart when you're a fighter at that level, that when it's not there, you just be like, I know it's not. We're the first to know, but the last to admit it.
Exactly.
You know what I
Exactly.
mean? We're the first to know, the last to admit it. And, you know, I can understand what Jeremy's saying about the depression thing. But my thing was, at that point in time, I had so much shit going on that I was like, I think if I didn't have so much going on, I probably would have went through that. You know what I mean? But I was stressed
Mm-hmm.
a lot for at least 3 or 4 years. I was stressed. I had sleepless nights. It was rough, man. It was tough. You know what I mean? Because you wake up and like, damn, I can take this fight right now and make 50,000, and my problems will be over. But
Right.
then again, I kept getting that letter from my uncle that's saying, if you fight, we will be there. That's Uncle Sam. He says, you know, the IRS, like, you fight, we're going to be there. So I'm like, yo, what am I doing, man? You know what I'm saying? And I had taken a fight, but then I was just like, buddy. And my wife, like, listen, but we will figure it out.
Yeah.
She goes, I don't want to
At
see you
what
get hurt. Huh?
at what point did you realize that you wanted to be a trainer?
I hadn't wanted to be a trainer from the second day I started boxing when I was a kid. I started boxing on my
Oh,
birthday, January 17th. On January 18th, I wanted to be a trainer. So during my career, when I would have time off, I would go work with amateur fighters.
Oh,
You know
shit.
what I mean? I've always wanted to be a trainer. I didn't want to be a trainer. I wanted to be a teacher because I always loved the thought of outsmarting people. You know what I mean? That's why, like, I play games that you got to use your brain because it makes it more interesting to me, more challenging. You know, I never got into chess because it takes too damn long. But checkers is my thing. You know
mm.
what I'm saying? But chess, to me, I don't have that. I sit there all that time playing a game of chess. No, I can't. So, but anyway, I've always wanted to be a trainer. You know what I mean? And when I told my wife this is what I'm going to do, she's like, "Look, buddy," she goes, "If I got to work 3 jobs till you make it happen, I'll do that." I said, "Nah, baby, you can't work 3 jobs." I'm saying I get it. I'm the man. I got to do what I got to do. I'm saying, and I mean, thank God, God bless. He taught me a lesson, a valuable lesson.
That's
You know what
good.
I'm
That's,
saying?
I was
And
question. You say you wanted to train people since day one. What does it take for you to plan for a guy, a specific person, and you got guy A and guy B, but your guy B is your guy, and then you're watching them and you're developing a plan. What is it? What does that entail for you?
you know what you mean as far as the fight?
The fight plan, like, what? Okay, this guy does X, Y, and Z. We're gonna do this, or what I mean, just making
I'm gonna
that
tell you. I'm gonna tell you a little secret, Jeremy. I don't study tapes.
really.
No. Every time I
Really?
study the tape, every time I've studied the tape, I lost. Every time I studied the tape from my
Really?
fighter, every time I studied the tape from my fighter, they lost. I get fighters
So how
today.
do you?
Fighters today, I can look at by the second round, they ain't gonna do shit different. Now
Yeah.
tell my fighter, okay, now this is what we're gonna do. So my
Okay.
guy might lose round 1 and 2, but after rounds 1 and 2, I got the other guy's number. Because when you really think about it, fighters today do the same thing in round 9 that they did in round 3. Nothing changes.
Yeah.
Not too many fighters today make adjustments.
True.
If what they've been doing doesn't work, right, they're looking for help. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I've watched Jeremy fight. I've watched Jeremy make adjustments. I've seen him come out like a bull and was like, hold up. This guy's
Yeah.
a little too strong. And I've seen Jeremy box him out. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
So guys
Mm-hmm.
today don't do that. They try to match the guy's strength for strength. Hello, stupid. You know what I mean? He doesn't have 20 knockouts and 18 fights for nothing. You know what I mean? I know I said it backwards,
Yeah.
but I said it backwards to make you understand that this motherfucker can punch.
No, I get it.
Uh-huh.
But then the idea of developing a plan for a fight is kind of. I mean, the plan is to be in shape and adjust. Yeah.
Yes, that's why
Mm.
when I train for a fight, I train a guy, I train for any and everything.
Okay.
Like I says, well, buddy, I'm fighting a guy that does this, so we got to get that type of sparring. No,
No.
whoever's going to give you work, that's who we getting. Because the guy might change, and if he changes, what are you going to do? You can't call timeout.
What about like a height variance? Maybe we get some guys who are guys 6'2", and your guy's 5'8". Does that make a difference either?
Not to me.
No.
You know what I mean? Not to me, man. I mean, that's just me. I mean, I'm not saying it's 100% right, but that's. I had Antonio Tarver. We was getting ready to fight. What the hell? The guy's last name was Johnson. I can't think of his name. Not Glenn Johnson.
Glenn.
No, not Glenn. Not Glenn. Another guy. And Mike McCollum was training him, and the guy was right-handed.
Okay.
Right. We sparred with southpaws the whole camp. And everybody's like, because the southpaws made Tarver work and they made him think.
Wow.
And Tarver's such a good fighter, you know what I'm saying, that I knew he was going to make the adjustment, so I didn't stress it. And they were like, you crazy. I'm like, just watch the fight, and you're going to see I'm not crazy. And Tarver won the fight, handily knocked him out. The guy got injured after the fight. He couldn't fight anymore after that. You know what I mean? And, yeah, he couldn't fight anymore after that.
Wow.
We fought outside. It was about 90 degrees, man. It was hot as hell outside. And we fought like in the afternoon because it was in Yakima, Washington. You know what I mean? It was on ESPN. So everybody's like, yo, man, you're not fighting that type of guy. I said, listen, my guy can make adjustments because he can fight. And Tarver can fight. Tarver was one of the best fighters I've ever trained. Him and Vernon Forrest were the two best guys I've ever trained, man.
Yeah. Yeah, you told us that. Yeah.
I mean, they can rumble, man.
You said something.
Huh?
Marco, speak up.
I was saying that I said that you said that Tarver, people didn't even see his full potential. I remember you saying that. Like, he didn't show everything he had.
Him and Vernon, they just so unbelievable, man. I can see that you would have to see them in the gym. It's just unbelievable, man. I used to look forward to going to the gym, working with them guys.
Vernon was a dear friend brother from the U.S. boxing team, and I've always known he was like a standout.
Yeah, he was.
He is, and the nicest, greatest individual I've ever met. One of the nicest people I've ever met in my life. He was always. You put any song on the radio, he would know it. I was like, that was the craziest thing to me.
Yeah.
I was like, man,
wow, yeah.
It was
going too soon.
We lost brother too soon.
Way too soon. So, buddy, what do you think? How do you see the Pacquiao Spence fight going?
Interesting, very interesting. If P.O. doesn't get old walking up the stairs, it's going to be an interesting fight, man.
Pac is what?
If you had to,
right now,
43.
Right now, to be honest with you, I got to say Spence. I just think he's too big. He's too big, man.
Yeah.
He's too big. I mean, listen, I respect Manny, love Manny, but I just think that Spence is too big. But then again, you never know, man. These veterans, man, they use that brain. You know what I mean? I think Spence got to fight him smart. He can't go in there and just say, I'm the bigger man. I'm going to go in here and just bowl over him. That's not going to happen. You know what I mean? Look, Keith Thurman. Keith Thurman's a big welterweight. But, Manny beat him. So, Errol's got to be on point. I mean, he's got to be on point. But I think if he's on point, I think he wins it.
Yeah, we spoke with Derek the other day, and he was like, Errol Spence is on a whole nother level.
I mean, yeah, the Errol, man. I mean, But I'm gonna tell you who's gonna be the next ruler of the welterweight division. It's that kid from Philadelphia.
I know
man.
who you're gonna. Yeah.
Kid,
Boots Ennis.
that guy's a beast.
He's
man.
a monster. That's what I'm telling
Yo,
everybody. All of them.
oh, without a doubt, right now,
You think now?
147. Right now, nobody at 147 is gonna beat that guy.
Really?
That boy's a
He's
beast.
very.
So,
He beat
Yeah.
Lipinets so easy.
so you think right now the 47 division is like running by?
I think it's a hot division, but I think right now, if Ennis gets the opportunity, he beats anybody at the top right now.
Really?
The boy's back.
Yeah,
I got to give it to him. So
Me.
they
I
better
agree.
be
I
with him.
completely.
And he's young. He's still young, man.
Yeah.
He's unbelievable, man. When I thought he'd beat Sergey, but I didn't think he's gonna beat Sergey that easy. I mean, he just,
Yeah.
Not easy.
huh?
He has so many. You know, he
Yeah.
switches. He's positions. He's big. He's mean, but he's patient. All that.
Yeah, he's the real deal, man. His father's done a great job with him. He's just the real deal, man.
All right, Rush. I'm satisfied. Marco, you satisfied?
Satisfied with what?
With this interview.
Jeremy got to go,
I'm
man.
satisfied. Not satisfied with the connection. We had a shitty connection for this one, everybody. But other than that, yeah, it was great.
All right, man.
Well, Marco, you live in the ghetto, and so,
Hey, Marco, stop stealing your neighbor's internet. Okay.
Oh, shit.
All right, fellas, man. It's nice talking to you guys.
thank you very much.
You too, man.
Okay,
Thanks.
be good, baby. All right.
Cheers.